Alright, this is Saturday night, the 15th of February, 2014. We're playing Meadows, they're a Vancouver-based team, Vancouver, Canada. And right away, Anthony gives it away. Stefan has to make a save, but it's not Stefan, it's Carson. Mason back to play now. He was suspended for the last game. Shot in from the point, and 6, another save by Carson. And there's 20. What's up? Kind of not going to be anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now the video focuses on the glass.
Plus we can hear.
All right. Back to the action. Denise, would you mind grabbing my laptop? Thank you. All right, back to the action. People objected to where I was standing there. And here comes Carter across the boards. Oh, gets hit hard. And whistle goes right away. Not sure for what. Oh, puck must have gone out. What was the whistle for?
Should have been interference.
Oh, okay. Carter wins that draw. Back inside, long shot, steered wide by the goalie. Now gets just past everybody, and David has it there. George, Carter waits for him to clear it in, gets it. In behind the net. Out of the boards. There we go. Still wire in front. There we go. All right. Trying to get this taping down. And here comes Carter to the inside. Loses that race. Number 5. Out for 15. 15 gets across the line. Goes to the zone. In the corner. 5. Puts it back in. Carter tries to get it out. And Caleb's going to get that. Here comes Caleb. Cuts to the middle. George puts the puck in. Little push after the shot. Shot goes all the way down. Caleb's in checking on this one. Puck goes to 13. Up the ice. And Caleb's still in the zone. Hutch knocks it in on net. No icing that time. And the goalie's going to hang on to this one. It's in his equip. Behind the net, Mason giving chase. Over the corner, number 11 there for Red. Now off the board. Ford puts it up the middle, and that goes right to Daniel, who knocks it down. Can't control it. Manages to get a piece of it and put it over to the boards. And now it's out of the zone. 12. Plays it to his own man, number 4. Deep, and Troy picks it up. Can't carry it in, but David will. David cuts to the outside. Stops. He's got 4 men in, no one to pass to. Now it's Dev. Oh, that was Mason, not Troy? Or not David? Okay, I saw the alternate captain. I thought it was David. So used to Mason not playing. That was Mason, not David. Carter up to take the face-off now. Carter took a big hit in that first shift. 14 gets it out of the zone. All the way down, that's icing. That face-off will come down in front of the red goalie. It's like it's up there. I've driven through it before. I couldn't place it. It's not a big city. I think it's.
Because I know Surrey south.
Yeah, Surrey south. Meadows, I think, is inland and north a little bit, but I could be wrong. Nobody Googled that. Carter wins that cleanly back for David. David, quick shot right inside, and the goalie holds onto the puck. Carter, Alex, and George all in there. Oh. Carter wins it cleanly to David again. David winds up, gets it through, shot on net. Puck is once more covered. We can do this all night. Carter this time wins it over for Alex. Alex tries to put it into the net. Carter's in behind. Checks the man. Going to come back to Carter. 2 men there. That's good around. Whoops. Sorry, the camera viewer shut on me there. And Stefan has to make a save. So back to the action here. This is still the first period. 11:46 left. Missed about 4 seconds of action. Basically, the puck went down to that end. That's going to come back maybe for an ice. That is an ice. 11:38 left to play in the first. Back in the Seattle zone, back at the point, 5 puts it in, that's knocked down by, can't tell his number, maybe 12. In behind the net, rolls out front in the slot, shot, Carson the save. directs it to the side, and here comes, I believe, Mason. Nope, not Mason. That was Daniel carrying it out. And here comes Hutch. Off of Jacob's foot in front. Seven knocks it down to himself. Mason in to throw a check there. Hutch manages to corral that and shove it back into the zone. Up the boards for red. That's going to go into the zone. I think David has it down there. Over to the sideboards. There's seven. Clears it back into the zone again. And dipsy doodling around. Mason takes down number 15. And Daniel gets it and puts it up the boards. Mason touches it with a foot but kicks it to the corner. Now Daniel, still working, has a man blocking him, but Mason's going to pick it up and clear it. That'll go for icing. No icing, saying that red could have touched it. Red, Carter, takes it away from here. Carter's going to take a check here. He plays that puck. He's got Caleb helping him. Puts it over to the corner. Come on, guys. Help each other out. Over in the corner, there's George. George, man loses his stick. Goes off of him again, and 9 is not able to clear it. 8 keeps it in. Behind the net. Oh, no, that is offsides. So everybody has to hit what George gets it. Carter now. Carter puts it off a stick. Off behind the net. Good pressure here by Snoking. They got to get some shots, though. Now that goes across the middle. And Anthony's there to shoot it right back in again. Dump and change. Let's see how they change. George, Carter, and Caleb still out there. No dump and change. Just a dump and a chase. And David or Hutch off the boards. 5 gathers it in. Looks to clear it hard and high. That goes off the penalty box glass. And Daniel's going to get a piece of it. Oh, sorry, Anthony. Carter goes around him, and here comes Carter, working to the outside. Long shot. Goalie just stops that, drops in front of him, holds it for a face-off. 9:27 to play in the first. Mason up to take his face-off. That goes to the corner for red. Puts it around. 3 stops it there. But Jacob gets to it. Puts it in behind the net. 4 has to play it. Clears it up. Not out. That gets past Daniel. But Hutch puts it back in. Now taken away. And there's Mason. Mason on the left hash mark. He gets checked. Still fighting for that puck. Still has it. Puts it to the middle. Oh! And a deflection by Alex. Just wide of the net. Now red clears it hard and high. That should go for icing. And it will. Carter right back out there. Takes that face off. Wins it once again. Now Hutch winds up. Shot just wide. Over for Anthony. Shot right on. And off the goalie up into the netting. Carter's just a face-off machine here so far tonight. Loses that one for the first time, but he'll end up with it and gets taken away by 15. No problem. Daniel keeps it in. Daniel once again keeps it in. Takes a check. Keeps it in. Carter's going to get it. He dumps it hard and around. And chasing it is George. George going in. That goes up and off the boards. Now my camera's caught. Sorry, folks. There it goes. Daniel racing for this one. Gets to it. Gets a stick lifted. Quick shot and it's a goal. Daniel was there. The player lifted his stick. Quick shot on, and Carson just snuck into the far side. With 8:22 left to play in the first, it's 1-0 for Ridge Meadows. Mason took that face up. Now it's back for Anthony. Cross for David. David puts it up off the boards. That's going to go all the way down. Mason touches that with his feet. He's got Alex on the side. He's got Jacob helping him out behind the net as well. Nobody in front. Now it comes over for Alex. Alex will put it in behind again. He gets checked against the boards. Mason gets a hit to the head. Head contact! Head contact! I'm yelling at the ref. He's standing right there. He didn't call anything on that one, but Mason took a punch to the head there. Want to make him aware of it in case he sees it again. We've had a bunch of head contact today. Rolando is missing this game because of a concussion. He got slammed in the first game today. And no call was made. Now zooming in on the play again. Sorry, this netting is terrible. Carson's on the ice. The puck is somewhere. Ends up behind. Looking around, puts it out in front. Again, another shot. That goes wide. 17 slaps it to the front. And behind the net, one of our defensemen puts it hard and around. 19's not going to keep that one in. Sorry. Over to 14. 14, moving forward, goes around Alex and puts the puck in. 19 plays Troy away from the puck before, or maybe it was Hutch, before he even has a chance to touch it. Maybe it was David. It was David. Now there's a long clearing pass, and it ends up being an icing. Back in the zone in front of Carson. Carter wins that one cleanly. Troy goes behind the net to pick it up. Taking a look for an open man. He has nobody. Going to put it off the boards. Hutch can't get to it. Carter and Hutch out at the same time now. See if a little offense is generated. Now Troy. Back in the zone. Passes it right to 19, cutting across the middle. 19 puts it across for 9. 9 on the far side. From the original pass, not on our far side. Troy. Now it's back to the corner. Let me zoom in a little bit here for you. Taken away by Troy. Troy carrying the puck up, looking for a man. Instead, he's going to carry this to around 5. He does. Troy cutting to the middle, takes a hit, keeps on ticking. Caleb out there with him as well. Caleb gets that puck. Carter goes in, back from defense. Troy's back at the point. And that puck is not cleared. Hutch on the sideboards. Carter, he's going to try and get... No, it does not go anywhere. It just leaves the zone. And it's a 9-19 2-on-1 against our Troy. Shot goes in wide. Bounces around, doesn't get near the front of the net. Over in the corner now. In behind the net, Daniel chases it. Daniel managed to avoid a check and put it up and out. That should not be icing. Man could have touched that. Hutch giving chase there. Hutch being interfered with. But gets to the puck first nonetheless. Waiting for men to catch up with him. He's tied up against the boards, puts the puck out in the middle. Mason coming around the net. Oh, and he gets taken off the puck. Can't get a shot. Can't complete the swing of the net. Now it comes out of the zone once more. Number 8 puts it past number 8. Into the corner. And it pops out front. And I want to say that was Alex that cleared away. It was. Alex tucks his sweater in, so it's hard to see his number. I should just get used to whoever doesn't have a number. That's Alex. 5:14 left to play in the first period. 1-0. Ridge Meadows. Mason take the face off, I believe. It is. Shot comes right back to Carson. He covers up. I don't think that was a shot so much as just a clean win by Mason. Mason goes forward this time. Ends up on the red stick. Over the corner. David there. Trying to work it up the boards. And that's taken by... Let's see, I believe that's Alex. He puts it in, takes the check and goes down. Red. That's going to be a penalty on red. And it's a tripping penalty. Alex got the tripping call. So with 4:52 to play in the first period, it's going to be a power play for 2 minutes for Snoking. Over for Alex. Alex goes towards the net. Gives it to Mason. Mason, quick shot. And a nice glove save by the goalie. That play took all of 5 seconds, so 1:55 left in this penalty. Mason. This time can't get it to Alex, but it goes off the boards past David. Down the ice. 8 gets it there and shoots it in wide. 3 tries to go towards the middle, and that is a bounce in favor of David. David comes across the line, cuts to the inside, backhand shot. That doesn't get anywhere. Mason tries to get his own backhand on it and does. David now puts it off the goalie's blocker over to the far side. Mason with the check, all the way down. No icing call because they're short-handed right now. Back into the zone. Here comes Troy. Troy comes across the line. Gets by number 2. Hip check there. Gets taken down. Puck goes towards the net. Now the man circles the net and puts it high and hard all the way down. Daniel racing back for he's got Hutch. Let's see if Hutch communicates with him. Daniel does give it to Hutch. Hutch trying to play it off the boards. It's kept in. Now Daniel over for Troy. Troy has Carter. And he's got Jacob way up ahead. Carter across the line. Across the center line. Comes to the outside. He's going to shoot that one in. And the rebound comes right out front. Oh, they can't get to it. 42 seconds left in the period. Excuse me, in the power play. Daniel all the way back behind his own net. Red hanging back here. Daniel, he's got Carter to pass to. He does. Carter, he's going to have 2 men coming at him here. He will get checked if he hangs onto it. He does. 5's going to take that away. Carter's lost a stick. Goes off Daniel's glove and out of the zone. No, Carter still has a stick. It looks like he... What's that? Okay. Looked like he didn't have it for a second. Now to Carter. Carter looking for an open man. Puts it hard and across, and Jacob had one hand on the stick and couldn't get it. That's going to go for icing if it's not touched. It is. And that goes back outside the zone again. 8 seconds left in the power play. 5 seconds in the power play. Shot there by Carter. Across in front. Can't get to Jacob. And it's cleared to the man coming out of the penalty box. Here's number 6 out of the box. He shoots, and Carson makes the save. And here comes That is Anthony rushing in. Puck bounces around, and Clive's going to get a chance to clear this. He does. Goes off of Hutch's stick, over for George. Puck right in front. I believe David knocks it down. And right out in front, Carson has to make a save. Quick shot from the point. Another save, and he holds on. 2:12 to play in the first period. 1-0 Ridge Meadows. Face-off won by Seattle that time. Up and out of the zone, and here comes Mason. Mason with the 2-on-1. He kicks it to himself, and it's knocked away by the other number 12, unfortunately. So Daniel now, he'll shoot it in. Number 12 gets it. Off the linesman and out of play. Should be a face-off inside. 1:51 to play. All right, face-off's in the wrong place, but... Face-off should have been down at the face-off dot inside the offensive zone, but they had it outside. Linesman is part of the rink, and when it goes off the linesman, it comes back to where it was shot out. Speaking of shot out, George gets a backhand shot. Interception goes right on the goalie. He plays it to his man. Number 4 turns around behind his own net. Off the boards for 11. Mason lays him out. Now up to 19. 19 cuts around a man and loses the puck. Here comes Mason again. Mason out there like a wrecking ball. Over in the far corner. Here, now it's coming out. Caleb misses the puck, but it comes out of the zone. 11 gathers it for number 4 across. Looks up and shoots it right into Caleb. Puck bounces up and lands in front of Bryce. Bryce puts it back towards the zone. There's some checking going on in the middle of the ice. There's Carter. He's going to put the puck forward. Now it goes off again and down. Oh, that's going to be too many men. That's going to be too many men. That should have been a too many men call, and the ref did not call that. And that could have been a too many men call. This is, now there's not enough men for red on the ice. Now there are. Not impressed with the refereeing in Portland so far. Carter in behind the net. Works it up, and it is not cleared out of the zone. Now David's going to have to come back for this. On the sideboards, David looking for somebody. Puts it off the boards for Carter. Carter catching it backwards. He's got Troy ahead. He gives it to him. Bryce across the line and scores! Not Bryce, Hutch. I call him Bryce. It's my little nickname for him. Austin Hutchinson makes it 1-1 with 6 seconds left in the first period. Assist from Carter and David. Puck bounces around. Shoot! 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 Nobody knew where the puck was. And the period's over. All tied up at 1-1. We'll try and settle this in the last 2 stanzas. Start of the second period. All tied up 1-1. Hutch, not Bryce, with a check on the side. Comes. Oh! And contact to the head! Jesus! Excuse my French, but come on! Hand directly to the head. That's the second time contact to the head, no call. Nice long shot there. Goalie makes a save. Carter wins that faceoff cleanly for Troy. Troy, long, hard shot, but it goes off of a leg. Now 2, clears it out. Troy's going to stop it. Kicks it back in. George there. George puts it into the zone. George giving chase. 14 comes around the zone. George trying to kick it there. Can't. Goes back to the point for Troy. Oh, and just sneaks by Troy. Troy looking across for Daniel. He's going to put it into the far corner. Jacob's going to give chase. Now in behind the net. 17 going to take it around. 17 sneaks it out. 15 now on the side. Puts it out to the front. Doesn't get it through. 15 once more. Back for 2. 2 at the point. Looking to pass it across. Does. Gets over 17's stick. Now into the corner. Troy there. Carter's going to wrangle this. Carter takes a hit. Open ice, he gets up, he's okay. Now off of Troy's leg. Troy being pushed by number 13. And a man taken down there. And a referee's gonna call this. The referee calls this. I'm not sure what the call is yet. But his hands are up. I was looking at my screen, what happened?
After they blew the...
Hope you folks could see what happened there. I could
Whoever was
not.
in the middle with the two and they fell over and then the one guy just slammed it back down.
One way or another, it's a 2-minute power play. 13:37 left to play in the second period. Good chance here for Snoking to get ahead. This should be outside the zone.
And the penalty's on us?
And it is no. Penalties on them. Red sitting in the box for 2 minutes. Carter out there to take that face off. He's got David behind him. Puck bouncing around there. Comes to David. David tries to put it ahead. Can't get it past Red, and here comes Carter. Carter comes across the line. Long shot in. Whoa! Check on Carter about 4 seconds after he passed it. Carter avoids the check. David, too far for Alex. Alex not able to wrangle that. Shot all the way back down, knocked down by Daniel. That's going to be a high stick. Nothing they can do about it now. He's got to touch it. Yeah. It'll be a face-off inside the Snoking zone. 13:02 to play in the second period. Carter out there talking to the ref about getting hit about 4 seconds after he let the puck go. Still out there. Referee tells him to go to the bench. Carter's had his say. See if it makes any difference on the calls here. David circling behind his own net. They've got the power play. Troy's out there. Man who drew the power play with a hard hit. Too far, but George is going to touch that. George gets across the line. George now holding it. With patience. George puts it to the corner. There's Caleb. Back to George. Gets past him. That's fine. Troy has it. Troy, long shot, and ends up going into Mason, who had fallen down in front. Mason tried to get a deflection off of that one. Could not. Four ties up Mason as he goes across the middle. Now puck out of the zone. David has it. Over for Troy. Troy. Looking for an open man. Probably bring this one across. No, he don't. So hard around is Mason in the corner. Mason leaves it there for Hutch. Hutch, he's got a shot again. Hutch puts it up and a blocker save. Hutch now looking for the point. Gives it back there for Troy. Troy, back to the corner. Nobody going for it there, so Mason's going to chase it in the far corner. Mason trying to tie it up there. It comes back for David. David, he's got Troy if he needs him. David back in front, or now George. George has it. Back to David. David winds up, long shot, hits Hutch in front, now comes back to David. David got a man coming to him. David quick wrister, and the puck's bounced around front in the net. Mason picks up the rebound and puts it in. Four doesn't like that one bit. Four with an extra push at the end of it. But Mason buries that puck. A shot from David. George might have gotten a piece of it in front too. One way or the other. It's 2-1 on a power play goal with 11:45 to play in the second. Mason put it in. We'll never know. Now Troy, 5-on-5 hockey again, since they scored on that power play. And icing. Carter out there to take the face-off. He wins it. Ties up his man. Somehow it ends up in the front of the net. Now in behind. And a penalty called on Snoking. Not sure what it was. Didn't see it. Penalty on Troy, I guess. And with 11:25 in the second, it'll be a 2-minute shorthanded situation for Snoking. So, power play for Red for 2 minutes. Face-off won by Red that time, but battle for it in the corner. Anthony trying to clear it out. Kept in there by 14. Oops, sorry, bad camera work, folks. Over to the far side. Unfortunately, I'm kind of tied up in the netting here, so the camera's not going to be doing what I want it to do all the time. And Caleb's going to chase that down. 12's back as well, puts it off the boards. Caleb's going to get to this. Caleb turns, chases it, doesn't get to it. But David shoots it all the way back in. That'll be offside if it goes on net. It doesn't. And here comes George on the forecheck. George keeps that puck in, kills a few more seconds. Minute 26 to go on the power play for Red. 17 working its way out behind the back of 9, but he corrals it. Puts it all the way into the zone, and Anthony will have it there and put it right back out. Now 14. Short pass for 19. 19 comes across the line. Lines up, shot on Casey. Casey? Carson. I'm just going to say Stefan. And all the way down the ice. That's not going to be icing. Kill off some more time. 55 seconds left in the penalty. Here comes the forecheck. Puck goes around. Stopped there by number 11. Jacob's watching him. Content to let him backtrack. Puck sneaks across the line. David coming back there. He's going to have to put that hard 9. Bends off a man. Puts it off the boards and down. 30 seconds left in the power play. Killed off 3/4 of it. Here comes Jacob on his horse. Comes in, manages to keep the puck from going out hard, and now all the way back in. 23 seconds left in the power play. 5, puts it past Carter, all the way down. That's tipped in. Hutch should be able to get to that one. Turn, and fires it out. Clears it once more. Now Carter, checking number 5. 5 cuts the middle, gives it away. There's Daniel going for it back in our zone. He should be able to get to this. Take a look. Try and clear it. Doesn't. Puts it on the boards. Carter's going to get it. Put it up to number 7. 7. He's going to have a shot here if he wants it. Puts it back into the corner. Penalty is over. 5-on-5 hockey. They've killed off the penalty, but that shot goes in. Hits a stick and ends up going wide. In the corner now. And here comes Troy. Troy gives it up for Carter. Nice pass through his stick. Carter on the outside. Long shot. Rebound. Bouncing around in front. I think they've discovered this goalie gives up rebounds. 9:02 left to play in the second period. Mason loses that face-up. Goes in behind the net. Alex giving chase on the far boards. Tips it away. Nice forecheck there. And Alex might get a shot here. Can't reach out for it. Goes back to Daniel, who's going to put it in. Controlled by number 3. He shoots it long, ice pass. That's going to be icing. And it is. Mason, nice clean win. Back for Anthony. Anthony can't get a shot away, but manages to get it past the man. Now it's up in the air. George finds it in the corner. Alex out there as well. Take a hit from behind. Mason, quick spinning shot, goes wide. 4, up the boards. 3 stops it there. 3, long pass, trying to reach the breaking man, number 6. Goes behind him, and that's going to be offsides. They turn out to be real Vancouver. And not sure what's happening there, but one way or another, it ends up back in the zone. David trying to feed somebody. Now it's bouncing around. Carter's going to settle down. Carter, long shot in, and a rebound. That's going to set a face-off up, down in the zone. Snoking's been very good on face-off so far tonight, and I think they're content just to shoot that puck in, wait for the rebound for the lucky chance, and then get the chance to win that puck back for a shot. Carter talking to David, probably draw it back here. Face-off over on this side. Carter looks to Hutch, gives it to him. Now across for David. Nice play there by all parties involved. Goes to the corner. Carter has it. Goes back in behind. Caleb didn't get that communication. But he's going to chase this one anyway. That's kept in there by Carter. Carter tries to put it back in and can't. Or tries to keep it in and can't. It's knocked out. And offside again. Sorry about the camera work. Not sure if I saw that or not, but I was tangled up again. 7:39 left to play in the second period here. Hitting seems to have calmed down somewhat in this game. Let's see if the pace picks up again. Lots of whistles. 7 feeds it forward for his man. Cuts across the line, but it's taken away by George. Back off the boards again, but not far enough. Now Mason throws a check and knocks the puck. Not out. It's just by Jacob. Now over to the far side. Troy giving chase there. Troy in behind the net. Taken by 15. 15 puts it across for 2. 2 can't get it, but he gets to it eventually. Now 2. Comes across the middle, shoots it. Carson may have gotten a piece of that. He had a man right in front of him. Taken away by one of the Snoking players. Might be Anthony. I'll try and find out. That's going to be icing. And it is. 7 minutes exactly to play. It was Daniel who took that puck away and iced it. Good play to get it to safety there. They were having trouble with it. Other line comes right back out. Carter, Hutch, and Alex, I believe. Puck bouncing around on the sideboards. Daniel battling for it there. Comes right out front. Carson just knocks it away. And Anthony trying to give it to Hutch. Can't. Back into the zone. In behind the net. David gets it. Up the boards. Gets past Alex, but he's going to wrangle that, give it across the middle to number 6. Who then shoots it in behind the net. They're trying to get it out front. Side of the net. David has it. Puts it off the board. 7's going to get to that and fire it. He does. It hits a man in front. The man goes down. Slap shot to the facial area. Hope it didn't hit his neck. He's down. Let's see if there's any movement here. He's calling the coach. His leg is shaking. He got hit hard. That was a hard shot coming in. We'll pause this. Back to the action. The kid hit by the puck in the head or the neck was eventually got up, shooting through the net now. So your guess is as good as mine as to what's happening down there. Comes out of the zone, and here comes Hutch. Hutch going to the right side, cuts to the inside, gets through one man's leg, still has the puck, gets through another leg. Carter picks it up from him. Carter looking for a man out front, puts it off. 4 checks him into the boards. Carter stays up, 4 goes down. Hutch trying to get it to the front, can't. Goes off a skate, now it comes out to number 11. 9 on the far boards. He puts it all the way in. David's giving chase. That should be icing. It is not. Not called, but okay. Not a lot of things called in these games here in Portland. Now behind the net. David there. Sorry, I'll get a better view at the next stoppage of play here. I was going back to see if I could see what hit that kid. Well, it was a puck, obviously, but where it hit him. Here comes Carter. He's going to get nailed if he carries this. He slows up and shoots it forward for Hutch. Hutch, a long shot. Goalie lets that go down in front. Points to somebody. And that goes off the sideboards. Caleb gets it, but falls down. See if there's a skate sharpening shop in town for Caleb. Caleb's still down. Caleb gets up. Shot back in. Caleb's going to head to the bench. Looks like he hurt his knee there. And he's cleared. Jacob jumps over the boards for Caleb. 11. Comes in. Shot just wide. I'm going down, folks, here, if I can get a better one. All right, I'll adjust the camera now. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, his skates just gave way completely. Caleb's at the bench. Not bending over or anything, so hopefully he's okay. Now it's coming out of the zone. Pass up for Mason, can't wrangle it. Mason, little check. Back into the zone. Now in the sideboards, Mason another push as well. Over to the far side, or near side. Up to the point, tries to keep it in, and does. Taken away there by Snoking. Snoking, long pass across for George. George, he's got 3 men to beat. Instead, he'll put it on the net. Just off the side of the net. 14, coming around the boards, trying to clear it. Stopped by his own man. Puts it up, and Jacob knocks it right back to him. Here comes 13 on the right side. Steps inside a man, knocked away that time by one of our defensemen. Can't tell who. Sorry, folks. Troy gets it now. Troy puts it up, kept in, and knocked out by Mason. And here comes George. He's got a man to beat. Carter jumps out to join the left. Drops for Carter. Carter, quick shot, and goes right into the leg. 14 gives Carter a shot in the face. And Carter, there it is again. What? Too many men. Called for too many men. Carter takes a late hit there, too. So, too many men called on Snoking. 3:27 left to play. They're going to have to kill a 2-minute power play. Play, but obvious. So, David gets it. Cuts it back to the inside, killing the penalty now. 5 puts it off his own man into the boards. Now through the middle. Hutch giving chase there. Carter and Hutch playing offense here. I think I'm in the wrong position. I'm going to have to adjust my netting again here because the net keeps getting in the way. Troy spins it all the way down. Goalie plays it forward. Carter on the forecheck. Hutch as well. Causing some havoc. Carter gets that. 11, taking it inside. And he'll wind up. Gives it to 15, and he winds up, shoots it. Carson might have got a piece of that with the shoulder. Back to the point. Carter watching that. Troy, now for Carter. Carter, backhand pass, doesn't get it out. Weak backhand by Carter that time. Didn't get much on it. And Carson is forced to make a save. 2:38 left to play in the period. 1:11 in the power play. No. Carson makes a save there. Holds on. Troy. Julie's being called by the coach for something, not sure what. In behind the net, comes right out front, and Caleb clears it away. George gets on his horse, chases it down the ice. See if I can get rid of that thread. There's George, still chasing it, killing time. Caleb stops sharply, puts it right back in. Contact made there by George, gets past number 11, off the boards, and not sure who's playing down there. One way or another, somebody's on the puck right now. I believe it's Anthony or Daniel. Puck comes out behind the net. Troy's going to get it there and try and clear it out. Kept in there nicely by number 7. Goes to the inside. Now passes off the hash marks. Out in front. Carson, puck bouncing. Still free, and it sneaks out to number 7 at the point. 7 loads up. Shot, Carson makes a save. Now in front of the net, in the slot, and that's cleared by a high backhand by Troy. And here comes Alex, out of the box, all even strength. Almost too many men again there. Jacob with a shot inside, bouncing around in front. Hutch gets the rebound, can't get the shot away. George falls down, or Jacob falls down though. Long pass, number 6 inside, Carson with a save. Off the boards for Jacob. Jacob, he's got a man. Jacob comes up the left side. He'll dump, they'll chase. Hutch on the chase. Around for Alex, too far for Alex. Up to number 3, breaking on the right side here. Number 3 comes across, shot, Carson stops it, drops it, and then covers it. 41 seconds left in the second period. Not a complete line change for Snow King there. They were trying to get one, and the ref said, nope, too late, you can't change. That trickles out. Bryce can't get it, or Hutch can't get a piece of it. David with a check, but that's offsides. Late whistle on the offsides there. David threw a check. 32 seconds left in the period. Now the rest of the line will come out there. They wanted a whistle anyway, so they could change up. Troy back. Troy, David, Carter, Hutch, and George. 32 seconds left in this period. Not sure what's going on. The referee's talking to the coach. "32 seconds left in the period. Carter. Not sure where he's going to go. Tries to go back with that. Way back. All the way behind his own net. Three's going to get that. Try and put it out front. David stops that from happening. Now over in the corner and off the boards, does not get out to George. George is battling for it there with number 4. And it stays in the zone, but Troy's got it. Troy gives it to Hutch. Turns around. Hutch by himself right now. Tries to go around the man. That's tipped away by number 12 nicely, but Hutch is going to keep that puck down there with 11 seconds to play. George comes in to join the fun. And now Carter has it in the corner. Carter out for Hutch. Hutch. Quick shot, 2 seconds left. Shoot, 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 shoot. And George taken down behind the net. Couldn't get a shot away, but the second period ends with a 2-1 lead for Snow King.
What happened just now?
20 more minutes stand between a victory and a loss for Snow King. Not sure what happens if there's a tie. Hopefully we don't have to find out. Hutch gets around a man. Hutch with a goal tonight, early in the first. Now, oh, Caleb again goes down. There's something wrong with Caleb's skates. All the way back at Caleb, lost a piece of a stick. And 14 coming out. Dave, a piece of it, but not enough. That goes back to 13. 13 coming in now. Goes to the side of the net, and Anthony's there to pass it up for Jacob. Jacob comes across the line. He's got to beat 2 men, so he puts it in deep. Off of a player's skate. And he'll give chase. 12 or 17 comes out in front of his own net and loses it to George. Carter, that's going to be high stick. And David's got to play it at some point. All the way down. Hey, Doug, something wrong with Caleb's skates. Carter in his bag in the locker room.
Oh, they took the snow.
What's that? They took snow out of what?
They took the snow over your bed.
Oh, okay. Not sure what happened there. We were trying to get Caleb a solution for his skate problem here. Now Cutter set to take the face off here. Wins that over for Daniel or Anthony. Daniel. I want them to have numbers on the front. In behind the net, nothing moving there. Carter watching the front of the net, nobody there. Red's going to come out and try and pass it back to the point, but George is just close enough that that doesn't happen. Now Carter behind the net. It comes out in front. Carson has to make a save. Back to the point. It's kept in there by number 5. 5 with a shot. Carson another save. Now Troy's going to put that hard just to get that thing out of there. Lots of pressure for Red right now. 2 out in front and a deflection in front. Just goes wide. Over for Troy. Troy's going to take his time now, looking for Carter. Instead gives it to George. George gets a piece of it. No ice. Red might have touched that as well. 7. Going to get checked by Carter. Throws the elbow at him. Oh, puck out in front. Carter can't wrangle that. And that goes off of Hutch. Hutch puts it in behind. 7. Feeds it up the boards. Carter pushing there. Sees Hutch behind. Hutch trying to play this one back. Can't. Gets by him. And across the line, number 2 shot goes all the way around. Number 7 stops it there. Carter on him. Can't get to that puck. It's in. Troy's going to have some time as Red is forced to reset. That might have been offside. That would explain why Red left. Carter. Puck bounces off. And it comes to Hutch. Carter goes to the bench. Hutch gets by 2 men and goes to the corner, waiting for some help. Mason's out there now to help him. Mason coming out. Alex in front. Stick down, Alex! Stick down, Alec! Stick on the ice! There it is. Good, good. Mason fighting for that one behind the net. Alex will go in there and help him out. All the way around. Hutch going for that there. Daniel as well. Anthony tapped the stick on the ice and then Claire gives it up. Nice play. And that's finally going to get out. David's going to have that one. He's looking for an open man. Put it off the boards and down. Too far for Alex. But Alex manages to get a piece of it and the puck stays in. High stick there by Mason. No call. No one saw it. It was more of a tap than anything else. Oh. The captain of Red put the puck forward and just kind of stopped. Anthony was threatening to check him. That might have been part of the equation. Now all the way down. Not far enough for icing. And 11 puts it across for number 4. 4 being hassled by Mason. 4 feeds it up right to David. David gives it right back to Alex. Alex goes inside the zone. 4 is going to get it back. Up to number 6. 6 dumps and goes to the bench. Now Daniel's going to go back there for that one. Daniel has it. He's got a man on him. Daniel plays it off the boards. It's going to go right back to the point. Nobody watching that point there. Long shot. Carson's going to grab it and hold on with 11:01 to play in the second. Excuse me, the third and the game. Carter out there for the faceoff. Wins that one right to George, or Daniel, sorry. Comes right back inside for some reason. Now Carter knocked to 1 knee, or 2 knees, or 3 knees, who knows. Back to the point for 4. 4 with a shot, Carson makes that save. Bounces far out into the zone, and Red manages to recover. I hate this netting. And now Red in behind the net. Shot over the net to the far corner. George watching the man there. Man puts it in behind. 19 there. Troy checks him. He gets away. Carter on him as well. Now over to the boards. And this will give us a chance to clear it. Up and just out of the zone. No icing call there. Back for Troy. Troy can't wrangle it for number 4, his counterpart on the other team. Bouncing around in front. And 9's going to get it eventually. Now going to the front of the net. And that's saved. And cleared. That should be an icing call. It is. 10:04 to play in the game. Coach Campbell sending Jacob out there, along with Hutch, Anthony on defense, Mason too. Face off, not outside the zone. So David's going to have to chase it in the corner. And here comes Hutch. Hutch looking for a second goal on the night. Gets a pass from one man, cuts to the outside, still has it, puts it in behind the net. Now David playing on forward, quick shot off the side of the net. Piles up in the snow there. And off the boards, number 13 picks it up. Nice pass from Red. 13 coming across the line, tries to put it through the middle and can't. Hutch ties up a man, and that's going to give it to Anthony. Anthony usually plays defense. He's coming in, cuts to the outside. That's going to be offsides, unfortunately. Anthony played it with it at the line, and Mason went offsides. 19 9:28 left to play in the period. The line's rotating quickly for Snoking. They're trying to stay fresh. Carter wins that forward. Now goes off the boards. Once again, back the other direction. And Snoking will be content to play defense. Shot that deflects off of Carter's stick and ends up in front of the net. And here comes Alex. Alex has George on one side, gives it to him. George puts the puck into the zone. Alex giving chase. George watching it now. He gets past him. Alex trying to keep that puck in. Alex with a long swing doesn't get to that puck, and here comes Red. They dump this time in behind the net. Troy puts it behind himself for George. George trying to get it out of there. Doesn't. Carter has it. He's going to circle behind the net and give the puck to Troy. Troy looking for an open man. Trying to hit Carter on that's knocked down by a high stick and called all the way down. Face off in the red zone. 8:40 to play in the game. Mason to take this face off. Mason wins it over for Hutch, trying to get it back to the point. Instead, content to tie it up and keep it in the zone. That sneaks out of there, and here comes Red. Red gets it over the line. Trying to put it to the corner, they do. Daniel back there for it. He's battling with number 11, who kicks it to himself in the corner. Daniel still on that man. 11 still controls it, now back to the point. Winds up, long shot. Carson, easy leg save. Another shot inside. Carson grabs that one, holds on to it. Sorry I didn't get the shot. I did see the ending of it there. 8:13 to play in the third. Face off, coming out of the zone. Over into the bench. About 3 feet from Coach Mike there. 8:07 to play in the third. Puck one forward by Snoking. Now number 5, long shot. That goes off of Troy and wide of the net. In behind the net. And here comes Snoking trying to get it out. It's taken away by Red in the middle. Number 15 or 19 cuts across the line. Checked by Troy. Now it's out of the zone once more. Right in front of the bench. And offsides. Carter's line out there now. Carter, Jacob. And looks like George on this side. It is. David looking for a man. Puts it off the boards and clears it. George giving chase. Jacobs in the middle. Offside pass in the zone. Dangerous play by number 12. Puts it up the ice for number 2. 2 trying to come across the line. Carter chasing him. Taken away to the linesman's skate. Now it's out. Here comes George. Sorry, it's Jacob. Jacob goes to the outside, dumps the puck in. 12 has to make a decision here and decides to give it to Jacob. See if he does the same thing. No, it's going to come back and fire it right back in. That's going to be offside if anybody touches it. Nobody does. Carter's going to have it here. Turns and takes it down. Takes a check to the ice. And he's lying there. No call here. Carter goes down, gets hit from behind and just laid on the ice for a second. Goes for a change. Now 13 comes across the line. In front, and it's still open in front. Swept away now. And a penalty coming. On Snoking, after Carter was lying on the ice. Snoking's the ones that are going to end up with a penalty. Puck floating around in front there. Carson managed to cover it. With 6:31, they're going to have to kill a power play. There's some men making some hits down there, too. And it's Mason who goes to the bench. The penalty box order. Not sure what that call was. Wasn't watching the referee. We'll check and make sure Carter was okay. He looks okay on the bench. Quick shot. Carson covers it. 1 second gone on the power play. Face off. Lost that time. Back to the point. Power play now for Red. Long shot in. Rebound out front and not cleared out of the zone. Cleared out of the slot. That's the important part. 17 across the middle. Looking to take a shot in, and Carson's going to stop that one. Rebound, taken away, and not cleared again. Far side. George there, maybe? Can't tell. That's knocked up, and finally out by Caleb. Caleb falls down again. Caleb has nothing but trouble with his skates tonight. 14. Puts it up off a man. Something's on the ice there. Knocked away by Troy, no call. And Troy takes a hit. That's going to cause the other player to get a penalty. Troy walks away. After Troy checked the man. The referee calls the other guy for a penalty, and looks like Troy might be going too. No, Troy stays out, or does he? Yeah, Troy goes in. Okay, so that doesn't affect anything. One of our best defensemen off though. Not sure what the call on that was. Referee over talking to the benches. So with 5:37, with a 1-goal lead, Snoking still has to kill off. 1:07 left to power play. Carter back out there with Hutch. On forward, Carter wins that one. Over for David, off the boards. Can't clear it. David still trying to clear it out of the zone. Just going to try and focus on the camera here. Now shot in past Carter. Around back, 11. Shoots it in behind the net again. Not cleared that time. Back to the point. Number 7 at the point. Comes to the middle, shoots it, deflects off about 8 sticks, goes up, and it's in the middle of nowhere. Hutch is going to clear this. 42 seconds left in a shorthanded situation. 7 all the way back into his own zone, hustling. Touches the puck, looks to put it forward. Carter checking him. That's right out for David. David crosses the line. Carter catches up. 7 knocks it down to himself. Off the boards, Jacob looking to touch that. He does. Gets by him. 21 seconds left in the power play for Red. 9 comes across the line. On the outside, takes a shot. Carson says no thank you. And Jacob puts that puck right back out. Might have been Anthony, actually. Judging by the position, yeah. Here comes Jacob. Carter's still out there on the power play, or the penalty kill. 11 comes across the line, could be 17. Believe it's 17, that's checked away. And off the boards, not out. Penalty is over. Now, cross-ice pass. Long shot, Carson makes the save. I'm really sorry about the camera work here, folks. 4:22 left to play in the game, 1-goal lead for Snoking. Mason out there. Mason wins that face-off for Hutch. Hutch gets it off the boards, and they're giving chase. Ford gets the puck and puts it all the way down for Daniel. Daniel looking for an open man. Finds Hutch, who has to stop to get that. Just tips it over for Caleb. Can't get a piece of it. This is going to come right back for Hutch. He's going to pitch it. That's a high stick. He's going to have to touch it, and this will be a face-off. High stick! High stick! Really high stick! Okay, ref didn't call that one either. One way or another, it stays in the zone. Kills a little bit of time. Would have been a face-off in the zone, and Snoking has dominated on face-off so far. That gets past Hutch. Now it's down into the zone. Man trying to work it out front there. Stopped by Caleb. Puck comes out front, and George wrangles it. He's going to come in and dump the puck, kill a little more time. 3.5 minutes left in this game. Now behind the net, Caleb goes for a check. Can't do it. Red coming out. Long pass for number 13. 13 across the line. Long shot. Carson makes that save, and it goes behind the net. Whistle blows for some reason. And again, sorry about the camera work, folks. 3:14 to play in the period. I think the ref thought Carson had it, but it didn't. It snuck by him. And now a buzzer.
First whistle.
Okay, both men coming out from the penalty box, so it'll say 5-on-5. Those penalties were coincidental, so it didn't affect anything. So Troy's back out there. Carter's ready to take the face-off. He's got David behind him. Or David to his left anyway. He wins that to David. Taken away by Red, though. Red, long shot. Stopped there by George or Alex. It's Alex. And he puts it forward. Carter giving chase. Puck goes back for Alex. Alex knocked down, but David comes across the line. David's got a shot here. Puts the shot in, and it goes up and over the boards into the netting. So with 2:58 left, we've got a chance for a face-off in the red zone. Carter loses the face-off that time, but that's okay. Hutch is in there to take it. Hutch trying to put it out front. Carter not there. Carter was trying to help him out. Now Carter on the side, quick shot. And that is directed to the corner by the goalie. Not a hard shot, but a quick shot. And that comes back out. Anthony, he'll put that right back in. And they're good. Player whiffs on that shot, or pass. Now it comes down the ice. Just under 3 minutes to play. 2 cuts inside. Nice play. Puts it out front. Carson puts it right back behind the net. Now it comes out. Not far enough for icing. 14's going to reload with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Puts it over to the side, and George gets it and just dumps it in. Here comes Carter on the forecheck. 14 has it. Carter blocks him from getting to the puck. Carter still on the man, and off of something. Oh, technical. The referee is giving the bench a technical, a 2-minute penalty with 2:33 left. I'm not sure what the coach has said to him. But somebody's getting an unsportsmanlike conduct. And somebody's going to have to sit for 2 minutes with only 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Said something. Now one of the coaches applauding sarcastically on the bench, but here goes the play. Hutch has it. He's got time to kill. Puts it out front. Doesn't get to the front. Mason in behind. George trying to help too. And a man gets by him. Now it's a 2-on-2. Over the line. Cuts to the middle. Held out of there by David. Good body play by David. In behind the net. They're short-handed. Everybody should have somebody. And a check in the corner. I didn't get that. And a penalty call. Not sure what's going on down there. There, I'm leaning in to try and get this. People pushing. Not sure who got the penalty. Not sure who's going to the box. Mason skates away. Still in there. Line's been talking to somebody. Looks like a Red player or two. Red is skating away with his glove off. And David might be going to the box. David is going to the box along with 19. So it's going to be 5-on-4 still with the advantage to Snoking. This might be a timeout as well. And number 11 was just sent off the ice. Given him misconduct by the referee. Said something to the referee and he's kicked off. So he'll have to leave the ice. Face off. Down in the zone. Not sure who got the first penalty. Whoever got the first penalty, that the whistle should come outside. I don't know if they were coincidentals or not. But 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. 1:30 worth of power play. Denise, let me know if this goalie goes to the bench, okay?
Yeah.
And you guys yell at me if the goalie leaves too. Carter now set for the face-off. Just over 2 minutes left. Wins it to Troy. Troy back around again for Carter. Carter, he's going to put it hard and high out of the zone. 7, we'll put it back in for Troy. Troy, 1:53 to play. 1:20 in the power play. Gives it over for George. He's going to leave it for Carter. Carter doesn't take it. Thought George was going to get it. Now back down into the zone. 1:11 to play in the power play. 1:40 in the game. Troy coming around the net. Troy carrying it off the boards. That's stopped there by Red and put back in. Carter's there to help him out. Puts it right back out. Now Hutch. Over for George. George has Mason cherry picking. Troy looking for Carter off the boards. Gives it to him. Carter's going to play this. Take a check. That's fine. He plays it forward for Hutch. And here comes Hutch to the outside. Gives it to George. And a shot just wide. Mason takes a check. Puck's at his feet. Comes back for George and it gets by him. George puts it off the boards and here comes number 9. Number 9 being watched by Hutch. Hutch gives him a body and takes it away from him. And George manages to clear the zone. 59 seconds left for those of you keeping track at home. Now Hutch gets that puck back out. Carter's still out there working the man number 9. Number 9 gets past him. Now in the corner, he's tied up. Number 9 sneaks past him, takes a shot. Carson covers that. Late whack on Carson. No call there. 12 seconds left in the power play. 45 seconds left in the game. 2-1 lead for Snoking. Empty net now for Red. Wide open, gaping net. And a timeout called by... There's going to be a timeout. Somebody called a timeout. Doesn't matter who, really. 45 seconds left in this game. 12 seconds left in the power play. That'll give the blue line, Snoking, a chance to rest.
Third?
Yeah, then we end up in third. So we don't know how we'll finish here if we win this game. Off the pads, and it's an empty net. Empty net. George has an empty net, so he skies it, and it goes just wide. 33 seconds left. Not sure George knew he had that empty. Man out of the box. It's now 6 skaters on 5. 2 into the zone. I'm just going to try and concentrate on the camera work here, folks. Over to the corner. Now back out. 7 loses it. And it's, not gained there by George. Carter holds on to it. He's going to hold it against the boards. This is just going to kill some time. And smart play. And it comes back out. Over to the middle. Man gets across the line. Tipped away there. If they can clear it one more time, they're good. And the puck is just bouncing around. Carter's going to manage to knock it out to safety. And Snoking with a 2-1 victory over Ridge Meadows. Snoking now with 2 wins and 1 loss. Probably the best game I've seen Snoking play. Lots of hitting in that game, lots of late hits, lots of contact to the head. Snoking persevered, and they're walking away with a 2-1 victory here. Okay, so player of the game here. See who wins it. And red number 14 gets it. Yay for him. And it is Mason who scored the game-winning goal after missing the earlier game today. And that'll do it from the Winterhawk Arena in Portland. Over Ridge Meadows. Snoking now with 2 wins and 1 loss. Probably the best game I've seen Snoking play. Lots of hitting in that game, lots of late hits, lots of contact to the head. Snoking persevered, and they're walking away with a 2-1 victory here.